So, let's take a closer look at your face. Now, we already went over some of the sensations of the face, but the seventh cranial nerve, the facial nerve, actually controls quite a number of different things. Most importantly, those are the muscles of the face that allow you to express yourself in different ways. Surprise, anger, fear, joy, sadness, all the emotions you're running through on a day-to-day basis. So it supplies motor information or motor signals to those parts of the face. It's also involved in controlling the so-called stapedius muscle, which is a tiny little muscle right inside of the ears, which control the dampening of sudden loud noises. Now, the facial cranial nerve also supplies sensory information to the anterior 2/3 of the tongue. That's the front 2/3 of the tongue, so the tip and the middle part of the tongue. We're going to do some muscle tests of the face today, where I'm going to be asking you to make different facial expressions, and then at the end we're going to perform a taste test to see if your tongue is picking up all the usual tastes of sour, sweet, bitter, salty, and umami. Now, another thing, very interesting thing that the facial nerve does is it supplies some of the parasympathetic fibers of the body and the nervous system. These fibers are often referred to as the rest and digest system. They are really primarily responsible for relaxing the body, really slowing down, and the specific parts of the parasympathetic system that the facial nerve is responsible for are the lacrimal, nasal, and salivatory glands. So that's the production of tears and saliva primarily. And these are some of the bodily functions, involuntary bodily functions that are involved with, well, resting and relaxing the body. Although you might not think crying is especially relaxing, or salivating for that matter, but it is a fact that those are functions of the parasympathetic nervous system, and on the other hand, the sympathetic nerve fibers, they're responsible more for the fight or flight parts, when you really have to tense up the body, get ready for physical exercise. Now, all that being said, let me start by just inspecting your face in general. One of the most common disorders associated with facial nerve damage is what's known as Bell's palsy, which is a partial facial paralysis of one part of the face. It's mostly not permanent, but caused by a viral infection that will wear off in usually a couple of weeks, but can cause some discomfort and unpleasantness, because it's, well, hard to speak in general. Just very unpleasant to walk around with one half of the face paralyzed, but your face looks beautifully symmetrical, and the musculature on both sides look healthy and normal. I'm also just going to take a peek. Sorry. fine, and you can hear this. Good. Just gonna take a look at the other ear as well. So, just here as well for the swelling or pain tenderness. Yeah, no, everything looks fine there. So let's start by following my lead, and can I ask you to raise your eyebrows in huge surprise. And just keep it there. That's great. That looks great. Let's just get rid of this. I don't need it right now. Now, next, I want to ask you to close your eyes as tight as you can. Okay, close. Okay, I'm gonna put my hands on your eye, but don't let me open them. Okay, I'm gonna try to open them. Just resist. Okay, put some force, but just resist. I'm gonna put some force, but just resist. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. That's good. That's great. That's great. Okay, I'm gonna ask you to puff out your cheeks. Like that. And I'm just gonna come in on either side and just poke your cheeks, but stay puffed, okay? Good. Stay puffed. And relax. Good. Doing great. Okay, can I ask you to smile for me and bare your teeth? Just keep it there, keep it there, keep it there, keep it there. Okay, now smile without your teeth. Like that. Looks good. Looks happy. Yes, it does. Okay, can I ask you to make a frowny face now? Frowny face, frowny face, frowny face. And I'm just all the while inspecting for symmetry and all the muscles of the face working in coordination with each other. Okay, I'm going to ask you to scrunch up your entire face now. So close your eyes, your mouth, and just scrunch it up as tight as you can. Scrunch. And relax. Just relax. Are you okay? You're looking a little pinkish. Yeah. Can be a little taxing, these exercises. Now, but everything looked great. So the next thing I want to test, like I said, the taste test of the front 2/3 of the tongue. Ready for that? Great. Now, on the side table here, I have 6 different bottles. They are anonymously labeled, so as to not give you any clues as to what they are. But they are, of course, the different types of tastes that we as humans are generally able to pick up on. Sour, bitter, sweet, salty, and umami. And then the last one is pure water for control. Also, always important to have a control symbol. One interesting fact, little known fact, of course, we always try to say that in culinary experiences we want to have a little bit of everything, but in fact, biologically speaking, our ability to sense bitter and sour tastes are actually part of the bodily defense dysfunctions, as these tastes, the body associate them with rotting, discomposing, and generally food that's bad for us. Whereas salt, sweet, and umami, they signal sodium chloride, glucose, things that are good for us, amino acids, that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's no surprise that most people are fond of sweet things and wary of bitter things. But, each has their own taste, and indeed, for some, just a taste of bitterness is the, final touch of the culinary masterpiece. But let's see. Let me ask you, have you been having any trouble tasting your food as of late? Not that you've noticed. No. Okay. So I'm going to be taking a dropper. I'm going to be asking you to open your mouth, stick out your tongue. I'm going to be dropping the liquid, just a few drops, on the tip of your tongue. Okay? I'm going to give you just a few moments to evaluate the taste. I'm going to be asking you to identify the type of taste, sweet, salty, etc., and also the intensity on a scale of no intensity at all, slightly intense, moderately intense, very intense, and extremely intense. Okay? Good. Now let's begin. Go. Okay, stick out your tongue. There. Can you identify that taste? Salty. Okay. And how would you rate the intensity? Moderately salty. Okay. That's good. Just take another. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. There. How is that? Sweet? Pretty sweet. How is that? Very or extremely sweet? It's very sweet. Okay. Okay. And of course, I should have mentioned at the start, being these are anonymous, I may present you with all 5 different taste types or only some. So there's no use counting the taste in your head. Okay. So next type. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. There. How's that? Bitter. Slightly bitter. Very good. Next one. Salty. Okay. Moderately salty. Okay. Now is that sour? Extremely sour even. Alright. Let's do another one. Okay. How'd you rate that? Just take your time, it's alright. not that intense. Could you identify the taste? Nothing? Okay. Putting down no flavor then. No intensity at all. Okay. Next one. There. Sweet. Moderately. Okay. And if you need a refresher or a glass of water, just let me know. Are you good? Good to continue. Okay. Otherwise, just let me know anytime, okay? Stick out your tongue. There we go. How's that? Slightly sour. Okay. How would you rate that? Bitter. Slightly, moderately bitter. Okay. Okay. Last one. Stick out your tongue. Okay. How was that? Not that intense. Nothing? Okay. I'm gonna write down no flavor. Okay. Sorry, it wasn't the last one. There's a few more to go here. Stick out your tongue. Okay. It's quite intense. Umami. That's one that's kind of hard to define. That's right. Also, the most recent addition to the taste types. Let's do the last one now. There. Umami again. Okay. Same intensity, I think. Okay. Good. Well, you did good. The final test is just to test your lacrimal glands, those being the tear-producing glands. And to that end, two small pieces of paper, and I'm just going to be holding these up to each of your eyes in turn, and don't have to do anything other than just stare straight at me. Okay, so left eye here. Just stare straight at me. I'm going to be holding it here for just a little while longer. Shouldn't be uncomfortable or anything. And what this should do is just allow me to assess the moistness of the paper after some time to check that your lacrimal glands are working properly. Okay. And there. See, that's actually nice and moist, just the right amount. Did that hurt or anything? Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye as well. So, sit still stare straight at me. And it's the same thing. I'm just going to be holding it slightly under your eyes to see the tear production is working properly. So can I ask you in the meantime if you've been having any trouble producing saliva, or if your mouth has been feeling excessively dry? No? No, I didn't think so. I didn't notice any troubles in that department. There. See, there's also just the right level of moistness. So that actually concludes the test of the facial nerve, cranial nerve 7, and everything looked to be in order. You're both able to look happy, look sad, look joyful, surprised, and angry, and that's exactly what we want. And I noted that the facial nerves, parasympathetic fibers working properly and able to supply you with plenty of rest and relaxation. So that's what we're hoping for. So, like I said, that concludes our test